Welcome back, baseball fans. Welcome to another episode of the Vintage Vegas 9 Ball, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada. It's another beautiful day here at the beginning of summer here, beginning of June 2026. And without further ado, let's get to the Vintage Vegas 9 Ball for the day. And before I started, I wanted to address Nick Kurtz. Just last night, his consecutive on-base streak ended. He had tied an A's franchise record that Mark McGwire set in the early 90s. Of 48 straight games reaching base, and unfortunately last night here at the end of May it came to an end, but just a wonderful streak for one of the best young hitters, if not the best young hitter in the game, Nick Kurtz. 48 straight games, tying an A's franchise record, and it's a nice picture of him here. You see the Las Vegas on his sleeve there. And looking forward to here in the next couple weeks, or at the beginning of June, the A's will be coming to Las Vegas and playing games, home games, here in Las Vegas at the Aviators Stadium. And I'm going to go to a couple of those, and I hope to get some pictures for you. But yeah, just very exciting. 48-game consecutive on-base streak. Unfortunately, came to an end, but just very excited young player, Nick Kurtz here. And we'll put Nick on the stand from the A's ball, the future of our Las Vegas A's. Moving on, a lot of people commented that the 9 ball kind of reminds them of the repacked wax. And this is a repacked cards, I guess you can buy online. And so I ended up going online and buying a pack of these. It's 15 vintage cards, and I guess it's about $5 a pack. And I think I bought 5 or 6 packs. I'm going to go through these and see what I get. I guess the 9 ball kind of reminds a couple of viewers of this repacked wax, and so let's see what we get here. Very excited to see what we'll pull out of these repacked wax, and they do wax them tightly shut. Repacked wax, $5 a pack. See, they protect them with the repacked wax vintage baseball cards and wax wrappers. And the first card we get here is an A, Mike Minor. And I don't really remember Mike Minor. I remember him, I think he playing for the Braves, not so much the A's. Yeah, Braves, Royals, Rangers. And I guess he ended his career with the A's. I don't remember him on the A's, but I remember him early in his career with the Braves as a fine left-handed pitcher, kind of middle rotation guy. And I guess he ended his career with the A's. I didn't realize that. So we'll put him on the A's stand in front of VEGASTILTSKIN. Next card here is a Tony Gwynn. It's nice to pull a Tony Gwynn. This is a late 80s Fleer. And sharp-looking card here in the jacket. And this is one of the great hitters in our game, Tony Gwynn. And it's a nice-looking card. Late 80s Fleer, Tony Gwynn. Put him on the Hall of Fame stand, Hall of Famer Tony Gwynn. Next card is a guy I remember on the A's, Mike Gallego. I remember him more on the A's than on the Yankees. But here he is as a second baseman, looks like. Maybe Tino Martinez there backing him up on this play. Yeah, nice looking shot of Mike Gallego, longtime big league second baseman for the A's and the Yankees. See mostly with the A's here on this pick, Mike Gallego. Next card, I like this one, 1986 Donruss Roger Clemens. I'm a big Clemens fan. Definitely think he should be in the Hall of Fame. And this is a nice looking card, Donruss 1986. Most of these cards are in pretty good shape. And this is another example of that, William Roger Clemens. Didn't know that Roger wasn't his real first name. I guess William is his real first name, William Roger Clemens. And it's a nice Donruss, 1986. The blue border. Nice looking card. Clemens on the Hall of Fame stand for his Hall of Fame numbers. Next card is Mike Andrews. I don't remember Mike Andrews. I remember Shane Andrews, who played with the Expos and played third base for the Cubs, but not so much Mike. But here he is in the White Sox or Reds. And see what position he played. Second baseman, first baseman. Kind of a weird combination. You don't see that very often. Kind of like Luis Ariz, I guess, for the Giants and Padres. But, yeah, Mike Andrews looks like long big league career. Toronto, Boston, the White Sox. And he was an All-American junior college end in football. All-American, I guess, defensive end in football, Mike Andrews. It's a nice-looking shot of him with his hat propped high on his head. Mike Andrews, the White Sox. Next card, Nolan Ryan here in his 300th win. And just a nice-looking card for the Rangers. And the Ryan Express here. And 20th pitcher in Major League history to win 300 games when he beat the Brewers 11-3, County Stadium. Of course, Nolan Ryan, one of the best to ever do it. Put Nolan Ryan on the stand. Next card, Darren Fletcher. I remember him for the Expos, I believe. And here he is with the Phillies. And a longtime backup catcher in the big leagues, Darren Fletcher. Floyd Bannister, another guy who had a long left-handed pitcher, I remember. A long big league career with several teams. Let's see. Mariners, I remember him playing for. White Sox. And it looks like Astros as well. Floyd Bannister, left-handed pitcher. And here he is on the top step of the dugout. Back when pitchers used to chart the games. Floyd Bannister. Let's look at his all-time career record. 129 and 141. So kind of back into the rotation starter. A little bit under 500 in his career, but close to 500. Floyd Bannister. Long-time big league pitcher. Next card, Mark Garner. Another guy back of the rotation starter. Here he is for the Expos. Let's see who else he played for. I remember him, I believe, with the Giants, possibly. Mark Gardner. The next card is an early 80s Fleer, Rick Camp. I remember him as a closer for the Braves in the early 80s. And you look at his saves there, 57 saves. Looks like in 1980 he had 22 saves, and 81, 17 saves. And a long big league career there with a 3.37 ERA and a 56-49 record, so over 500 with 57 saves. Nice back into the bullpen guy, Rick Camp. Next is Kelly Downs. I remember him basically with the Giants, kind of back into the rotation starter. And yeah, had a good season in 1986, looks like, for the Giants. Went 4-4 with a 2.75. Kelly Downs. Next card, Rafael Soriano for the Yankees. Don't remember too much about Rafael Soriano, but I think he might have been a closer for a few teams for several years, if I remember correctly. Yeah, here he is. He had 45 saves with the Rays in 2010. And in 2009 with the Braves, he had 27 saves. So Rafael Soriano. And closer, here he is with the Yankees. I don't remember much as a member of the Yankees, but here he is. Next card, Bobby Higginson, outfielder for the Tigers. I remember him, kind of a right fielder, had a big arm, Bobby Higginson. Let's look at his stats here. Had a big year in 1997, 27 home runs, 101 RBIs with 12 stolen bases and a 299 average. Bobby Higginson. Next card, George Brett. This is an early 90s score here. George Brett, towards the end of his career. And of course, Brett always will be remembered for that season where he flirted with 400. I think he finished at 390 in the early 80s. Let's see here. At 1980 Royals, 390 with 24 homers and 118 RBIs, 15 stolen bases. So big time year for George Brett in 1980. Flirted with 400. A nice looking card. I really like this card here. 1991 Team USA, Phil Nevin. And I think Phil Nevin, early in his career, see how skinny he was. I think he was shortstop at the time. But of course, he'd go on to be a first baseman and left fielder, DH type, and play with the Padres for many years. Of course, his son now plays, Tyler Nevin. And yeah, this is a nice looking card of him for Team USA. I like Phil Nevin. I like a lot of power in those years. Of course, he got a lot bigger than he is here during his prime. Team USA. Cal State Fullerton. 347 average with 17 home runs. Phil Nevin, I like that card. And the throw in here is the bonus prize, the All-Star Baseball game. And we'll have to scratch this out. I don't have a coin with me right now. We'll scratch it off at some point. I might have a poker chip here. Might work. Let's see. Scratch here to reveal your bonus code. Well, that's we're dealing with Repack Whack. So I guess they put this in here, Repack Whack, where you get a little free bonus. Let's scratch it out. $5 off purchase of 50 or more. So that'll conclude the Vegas Time Off for the day. I really enjoyed this repacked wax. I got a few good cards here. Clemens, Gwynn, I like the Phil Nevin, had the George Brett, Nolan Ryan here. And yeah, I enjoyed the Repacks Wax. So check it out online, Repacks Wax. And we'll see what the future holds with these other packs. Hopefully they're as good as this one. I really enjoyed the Clemens and the Gwynn. And I consider it a nice pack. So take care and God bless.